Hi everybody. Today we are going to see about genetic algorithm and how it helps in optimization problems. This genetic algorithm is actually inspired by the biological evolution, that is the natural selection algorithm followed uh, in the living organisms. Okay. So here this genetic algorithm basically it generates the states by combining two parent states. Already we have seen about the hill climbing search, which actually modifies a single state. In the previous video, I have explained about the hill climbing search. This genetic algorithm also comes under the local search algorithms. So how it differs from hill climbing search means it actually takes two parent states and produces the offspring. Okay. So initially it randomly selects the states which is called the population. Normally the genetic algorithm consists of different stages. Okay. What are they means? Here if you see initial population, fitness function, selection, crossover and mutation. These are all the several stages available under genetic algorithm. For one iteration, it has to go through all these stages, and at the final stage of the mutation, whatever the states generated, that will be taken as the initial population for next iteration. Likewise, iteration by iteration, it improves the states and produces the best solution. That is the concept behind the genetic algorithm. Now we are going to see about the different stages. So as I told you, the initial population is nothing but it selects the k randomly generated states. In this example, this string is nothing but it represents the 8 queen states. This digit string represents the 8 queen states in the 8 queens problem. So, you know, the classical AI toy problem, 8 queens problem is the one in such a way. You have to place 8 coins in your 8 x 8 board in such a way no two queens should attack each other. Okay, no conflict should be there between two queens. I mean, 8 queens. That is the main principle behind the 8 queens problem. Here, the states represents the position of the 8 queens only. Okay, initially, the 4 states have been taken as the initial population, and these are all the fitness function. Okay, this fitness function is actually the evaluation function. Okay, higher the value means it will be the better state. That is the meaning of that. Okay, so this based on this fitness function, okay, which states and all having the lower fitness function will be discarded. Only in the k randomly generated states with the higher fitness function will be carried over for next stage, that is called the selection. So, and how we have got this percentage, okay, for this state, it is given as 31, 29. How we have got this number means, if you add up these out of all the states fitness function, you have got 78. So 24 divided by 78 is nothing but 31. 23 divided by 78 is nothing but 29. Okay. That's only in terms of percentage they have represented. And then after the fitness function, you have selected only these 3 states. Okay. So normally for genetic algorithm, what you have told, you need 2 parents. Okay. So this is one parent pair and this one is another parent pair. Okay. So you have selected, and for next stage crossover, after selecting the 2 parents, for one pair, you can select any crossover point. If you see for this pair, I have selected after the third digit. Okay, for these 2 pair, I have selected the crossover, the third digit. Yes, after the third digit, that means what? After the crossover point has been chosen, so first 3 digits, so it produces 2 offsprings in such a way, first 3 digit from the first parent and the remaining this 5 digit 48552 from the second parent. And how this offspring is formed? First 3 digit from this second parent and remaining 5 digit from the this first parent. Okay, likewise, from the first pair, you have crossed over and produces the state. So if you see these 2 pairs, the crossover point is after the fifth. Okay, after the fifth digit. For this pair, I have chosen the crossover point. So what happens here? First 5 digits from the first parent and remaining 3 digits from the second parent. And for the next offspring, first 5 digit from the first parent and the remaining 3 digits from the second parent. So after the crossover, you have produced these states and final stage is the mutation. It's nothing but you have to select randomly any location and you have to change the digits. Okay, randomly you can change. Here 5 has been changed to 1 and here instead of 7, you have chosen as 2 and instead of 1, it is changed as 7. Why this mutation is necessary means for exploration, for finding out new solution and for diversity, it has to happen. This mutation has to happen. Okay. These are all the different stages in genetic algorithm to be done for first iteration. So for second iteration, these states becomes the initial population for the second iteration. Likewise, it continues until a better solution has been found. Okay, that's all about the genetic algorithm. So these are all the different stages exist in the genetic algorithm. Fitness function, which is used to rate the each state. If a higher value means it is having the better state. Selection helps to randomly take 2 pairs for reproduction in accordance with the probabilities based on the fitness function. It selects the 2 pairs and crossover after for crossover stage you have to select a crossover point and you have to mate it and after crossover it produces the offspring. Okay, and mutation, so random change in any location which forms a change in the states. Okay, these are all the different stages in genetic algorithm. That's all about today's video. Thank you.